Thank you. So here we are discussing about the remote sensing. Remote sensing is nothing but it is an art to collect the information or to gather the information about an object without being physical contact with that object. That is nothing but the remote sensing. Okay. And in this remote sensing, here, whatever objects are there, we are considering as a field or some areas of the earth surface. Okay. And we are trying to capture the information, or we are trying to gather the information about an earth surfaces from through the satellites. Okay. So here, in that case, different things will be included. In that, first one is the source, then after that second one is the object, third one is the receiver, and fourth one is the data processor. Okay. And then after that, users. Firstly, we have to go for releasing the electromagnetic waves. These electromagnetic waves we have to emit from the source. Okay, maybe it is an satellite. So about which area we have to gather the information, on that area we have to release the electromagnetic waves from the satellite. Okay, so whatever these electromagnetic waves are there or energy is there, it will reflect some amount, it will refracted, and some amount of energy will get absorbed by the objects. Okay, so whatever reflected energy is there, that energy is get collected by the sensors. Okay, and it is sent to the data processor. After processing on that data, that whatever outcome is there, it will be provided to the users. Okay, so
Sir,
this is procedure.
सर
Hello, हा बोला.
स्क्रीन दिसत नाहीये सर.
स्क्रीन दिसत नाहीये का?
नाही.
1 minute. I have did screen share option. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we are discussing about the remote sensing. So in remote sensing, whatever sequence is there, already I told you. Okay, in that includes source, then object, receiver, data processor, and then after that finally users. Okay, whatever data is get collected from the receivers, after that data will be processed. Okay, and then after that we will get the output. That output may be in the form of videos, pictures, then after that black and white copies and all those things. Okay, so different applications are there of the remote sensing. In that first one is to getting the information about the topography of an particular region of earth surface. जो काय अर्थ सरफेस आहे पर्टिक्युलर रिजन मधली जी काही टोपोग्राफी आहे, म्हणजे काय बाबा की कुठं हिल आहे, कुठं व्हॅली आहे, कुठून रिव्हर फ्लो होते, किंवा कुठं शहर वगैरे बसलेलं आहे. मे बी नॅचरल फीचर्स आर देअर और मे बी man-made features are there, artificial features are there. Okay, we have to collect the information, all the kind of features, okay, in a remote sensing. Then second application is there, that is nothing but the to detect the diseases into the plants. ओके, जे काही आपले प्लांट्स झाड वगैरे आहेत तर त्याच्यामधले डिसीजेस आहेत, ते डिसीजेस आपल्याला नेकड आयने दिसण्याच्या अगोदरच आपण काय करू शकतो, तर ते डिसीजेस आयडेंटिफाय करू शकतो. अदरवाइज टू आयडेंटिफाय दी फायर इव्हेंट हॅपन्ड इन अ फॉरेस्ट अँड ऑल दोज थिंग्स, जी काय आपलं आग वगैरे लागते बघा जंगलामध्ये, तर ती आपल्याला कधी कळणार आहे, ज्यावेळेस धूर वगैरे वरती येईल किंवा जाळ आपल्याला दिसेल मोठ्या प्रमाणात, त्यावेळेस आपल्याला आयडेंटिफाय होईल. परंतु रिमोट सेन्सिंगचा वापर करून काय करू शकतो की आपण हे जे काही एरियल फोटोग्राफी आहे ते सतत कॅप्चर करत राहते, ती फोटो जे आहेत ते सतत कॅप्चर करत राहतात आणि त्याचा डेटा जो आहे तो डेटा प्रोसेसरला पाठवत राहते आणि त्याच्यानंतर पण आपल्याला आउटपुट सतत मिळत राहते त्याचे. ओके, तर या प्रोसेसमध्ये आपल्याला काय होऊ शकते की बाबा जिथं ज्या पॉइंटला तिथं फायर इव्हेंट किंवा आग वगैरे लागलेली आहे, तर ती आपण डायरेक्टली आपण काय करू शकतो, तर त्याच्याविषयी माहिती मिळवू शकतोय. ओके, आपल्याला तो मोठा धूर किंवा मोठी आग लागण्याच्या अगोदरच. सो दीज आर दी सम applications are there of the remote sensing. Okay, already we have discussed about the town planning and all those things. Then other subdomains are there. In that earthquake engineering is also one of the important subdomain is there from the civil engineering. Okay, means here whatever earthquake is nothing but, okay, whatever earth surface is there or whatever earth is there, which is subdivided into the 7 tectonic plates, and these tectonic plates are trying to move. Okay, and whenever they are trying to move from one side to other side, at that time its speed will be vary. Okay, and due to that sometimes it will struck to each other and sometimes it will try to uh, overlay on one another. Okay, and due to that shock waves are get generated, and generally we are calling as a uh, earthquake. Okay, here earthquake engineering deals with the study of different probable seismic intensity zones and practice measures to be taken during earthquake. Generally, India is divided into different earthquake zones. Maharashtra comprises of zones 1, 2, 3. ज्यावेळेस आपला किल्लारीचा भूकंप ऐकला असेल बघा, तो झालेला, त्याच्यानंतर तो आपला 3 झोन मध्ये आलेला आहे आपला महाराष्ट्र. ओके, जसजसं झोन जे आहेत ते इन्क्रीज होत जातील तसतशी त्या अर्थक्वेकची इंटेन्सिटी जी आहे ती जास्त आहे असं आपण म्हणतोय. ओके, व्हॉट इज द ऍप्लिकेशन ऑफ earthquake engineering? So in that, in safe design of dams, bridges, high-rising buildings, towns, etc. Means whatever structures we are going to construct, okay, whether these structures we are going to construct in which earthquake zones, according to that IS code is there. Okay, Indian standard code is there. In that some guidelines are provided, means what kind of structure we can construct, or what kind of things we have to consider while constructing big structures in a earthquake zones area. Okay, then after that, whatever existing structures are there, we can go for the strengthening of such structures, and we can minimize the effect of earthquake also. Okay, so that type of study is carried out in earthquake engineering. Okay, then after that, another subdomain is there, that is nothing but the fluid mechanics. Okay, here basically it is allied branch, or allied, we can say subdomain, as a water resource engineering. Whatever fluid is nothing but matter which can flow, and it includes gas as well as liquid. Okay, and here, if we consider the liquid as a water, and if we go for the study of the water when is at rest condition or is at motion, then study of that is nothing but the हायड्रॉलिक्स कशाला म्हणायचं, जो काय आपण वॉटर आहे त्या वॉटर ज्या वेळेस रेस्ट मध्ये राहते किंवा ते वाहत जाते किंवा मोशन मध्ये असते, त्यावेळेस त्याच्यावरचा जो काही स्टडी करतोय त्याला काय म्हणायचं, हायड्रॉलिक्स म्हणायचं. ओके, हिअर different types of fluids are there. Maybe ideal fluid means there is no viscosity and it will be uh, incompressible. Another type of fluid is there, that is nothing but the real fluid. That real fluid will be compressible, having viscosity. Okay, so here in fluid mechanics, generally whatever fluid is there, we are going to study about the fluid whenever that it is at a rest condition or is in motion, means what kind of forces are acting on it, how much resistance is there, means whenever that fluid is flowing through the different type of material, maybe steel pipe, plastic pipe, and all those things. Okay, here different sub branches are there in fluid mechanics, in that fluid statics, fluid kinematics, fluid kinetics. Okay, here whatever fluid static is there, already you have studied about the static, dynamics, and all those things. Okay, static means whenever object is at rest condition, and what kind of forces are acting on that object. If we are going to study that type of study is nothing but the statics. Okay, and dynamic is nothing but whenever object is in motion, and whatever effect is there of the forces applied, maybe applied forces or reactive forces, if we do the study, then we can say it is an dynamic. In a dynamic, two types are there, one is the kinematics and second one is the kinetics. Okay, in kinematics, whatever body is in motion or object is in motion, why that object came in motion, or we are not considering the which forces are responsible for the motion. Okay, such type of study is nothing but the kinematics, and in a kinetics we are considering body is in motion, why and which forces are responsible for the motion. Okay, that type of study is nothing but the kinetics. Okay, means fluid kinematics at in motion without considering pressure. Here in fluid mechanics we have to consider the pressure, and in engineering mechanics we have to consider forces instead of pressure. Okay, means without considering any kind of pressure, if we do the study of fluid is in motion, then we can say it is an fluid kinematics. And fluid kinetics means we have to consider pressure, due to that the fluid is in motion. Okay, that type of study is nothing but the fluid kinetics. It has some applications for designing of dams and canals. Means whatever dams body, its different levels are there, galleries are there. Okay, to design it, fluid mechanics is a important one. Okay, and whatever canals are there, canal is nothing but the it is an artificial trench through which we are trying to carry the water from one point to the another point on uh, ग्रॅव्हिटी. ओके, जी काय आपलं कॅनल जे आहे, म्हणजेच काय म्हणतोय, कॅनल आपल्या पाण्याचा नळ वगैरे म्हणतोय बघा. तर त्याच्यामध्ये काय, जो काही कॅनल आहे, तो कॅनल म्हणजेच काय, एक ट्रेंच आपण तयार केलाय, आर्टिफिशियल ट्रेंच तयार केलाय, की जेणेकरून त्याच्यातून पाणी जे आहे ते आपण काय करतोय, तर कॅरी करून नेतोय फ्रॉम वन पॉइंट टू द अनदर पॉइंटला. अँड इट वर्क्स ऑन दी ग्रॅव्हिटी. जसं ग्रॅव्हिटीचा फ्लो इफेक्ट आपल्याला मिळतोय, म्हणजे त्याला आपण काय करतोय, तर स्लोप प्रोव्हाइड करतोय. आणि सगळ्याला आपल्याला माहिती आहे की बाबा पाणी जे आहे ते चढावरून उताराकडे वाहते. ओके, मग त्याचा आपण काय करतोय, तर वापर करून त्याच्यातून पाणी वाहून नेतोय. तर त्याचं जे काय डिझायनिंग वगैरे आहे, त्याचा क्रॉस सेक्शन ठरवायचं वगैरे जे आहे, किंवा त्याच्यातून वॉटर कॅरिंग कॅपॅसिटी किती असायला पाहिजे, काय हे आपण फ्लुइड मेकॅनिक्सच्या अंडरमध्ये शिकतोय. ओके, then after that, design water supply lines. Whatever water supply lines are there, maybe for domestic purpose, for industrial purpose, or for lift irrigation. Okay, that type of study is also done in fluid mechanics. Then design fluid machines, turbines, and pumps. Whatever pumps are there, means to lifting the water, how much capacity should be there of pumps and all those things. Then after that, whatever big turbines we are using, wherever we are manufacturing the or generating the electricity. Okay, so designing of such turbines, okay, is also carried out in fluid mechanics. And then design and study of submarines and aeroplanes also. Okay, so this type of study is carried out in a fluid mechanics. Another thing is there, another subdomain is there, that is nothing but the foundation engineering. But we have covered about the foundation engineering in the geotechnical engineering, because of both the things are similar one. Okay, I means the both the things are correlated with the soil. Okay, and in that already we have covered about the foundation engineering, what kind of foundation required, how to select a proper type of foundation, and all those things. Okay, also we have discussed about the soil bearing capacity. Then after that, selection of suitable type of foundation and all those things. Okay, so generally in foundation engineering, uh, study is carried out about the design, construction, maintenance, replacement of the foundation, okay, during its service life. So here all the domains we have discussed now. Then now we have to go for here. You can see remote sensing process. Okay, how satellites are or how sources are emitting the electromagnetic waves or energies on the objects. Okay, and then after that, sensors, whatever sensors are there, they will collect the information, or they will gather the information, and then after that it will send to the data processor, and then after that we will get the outputs. Already we have discussed about the town planning. Okay, so here I would like to tell you, whatever architecture is there, architecture is the different engineering branch. Not, we can't consider architecture is a subdomain of the civil engineering. It is an allied branch. Okay, so if MCQ question will be asked, what is the we which is not subdomain of civil engineering, and options will be given there: fluid mechanics, then after that surveying, remote sensing, and architecture, then architecture will be the correct option for that. Okay, that thing you have to keep in your mind. So in previous session also I removed that word architecture. Okay, it is an allied branch. So here we have covered definition and various subdomains of civil engineering. Now we are going to discuss next point, that is the relevance of civil engineering branch with other branches of engineering and technology. Here, generally, uh, what kind of work is carried out in civil engineering field? We have discussed earlier. Now you are familiar with civil engineering field. Okay, so I can consider that now you are able to explain what kind of work is carried out in a civil engineering field. Okay, so now we have to discuss how civil engineering branch is correlated with the other engineering branches. Here, if we consider different branches of engineering, maybe in that mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, electrical, computer science, information and technology, production engineering, then after that aeronautical engineering. Okay, whatever kind of engineering branch you are going to consider it, to each and every branch there is a relevance of an civil engineering branch. Okay, so how it, now we are going to discuss. First we will discuss about the mechanical engineering branch. Okay, here in mechanical engineering, construction of workshop for business means whatever kind of work is carried out in mechanical engineering is the manufacturing of an objects or devices. For them machineries are required. Okay, and whatever machineries are there, those machineries we have to establish on the proper foundation. If we are not going to provide the proper foundation, then whatever machineries are there, they will not work with 100% efficiency. Okay, or they will make noise, they will produce a lot of vibrations and all those things, and due to that whatever structure which is get constructed, okay, to protect these machines and all those things, that structure will get damaged or collapse. So we need foundation, okay, to establish the uh, machineries and all those things. Okay, so here for the construction of the foundation, civil engineering field is required or civil engineering knowledge is required. Then after that, not only construction of the foundation, before that we have to go for the survey, means we have to go for the selection of the proper site for construction of an any industry or any workshop. Okay, means first thing is surveying. Okay, then after selecting the site, we have to go for the preparation of the plan, means what should be the size of different elements or different rooms or godowns or workshops. Okay, we have to go for the planning of the structures, as well as where we have to provide what kind of machineries and all those things. Okay, then preparing design and drawing, maybe for steel structures or RCC structures. Means as per the prepared plan, we have to go for the analysis of that structure. Means on an particular element, what kind of load is coming, okay, and how much amount of stresses or forces will generate or coming on a particular element or we can say component. According to that, we have to go for the designing of each and every element or component of that structure. Means what should be its a size and shape to balance or to sustain coming load over on it. Okay, then after that, also we have to go for the estimation for the workshops or for any kind of things we are going to construct there. Okay, means we have to go for the estimation. Estimation is nothing but before going to construction, actual construction, we should know how much cost is required or how much money is required for the construction of any structure. Okay, so we have to go for what kind of material we are going to use for the construction purpose. Means what kind of building materials we are going to use actually, and according to that we have to estimate the quantities. म्हणजेच काय की बाबा जर काय स्टील मटेरियल आपण स्टील मटेरियलचा वापर करून एखादी स्ट्रक्चर कन्स्ट्रक्ट करणार असेल तर त्याच्यामध्ये जे काय स्टील मटेरियल आपण वापरणार आहे, ओके, ते कुठल्या टाईपचं आहे, कुठल्या शेपचं आहे, किंवा त्याची किती डायमेन्शन्स वगैरे आहे, हे आपल्याला काय करावं लागतंय तर ठरवावं लागतंय पहिल्यांदा आधी. ओके, and whatever current market prices are there, we have to multiply it to the quantities, so you will get the approximate estimation. म्हणजे approximate cost एक मिळून जाईल की बाबा एवढं आपल्याला एक 10 लाख 50 लाख 20 लाख किंवा 1 करोड 2 करोड रुपीज लागणार आहेत आपल्याला for the construction of the workshop. Okay, then after that, next thing is there, after estimation we have to go for the actual construction of the workshops or garages or sheds. So at that time supervision and monitoring of the construction work is required. Means whatever keen supervision is required. म्हणजेच काय की त्याच्यामध्ये अतिशय बारकाईने आपल्याला लक्ष देऊन काय करायचं तर ते कन्स्ट्रक्शन जे आहे ते कॅरी आउट करून घेऊन जायचं की बाबा म्हणजे ऍज पर दी स्पेसिफिकेशन प्रमाणेच आपण जे काही मटेरियल वापरतोय ते आहेत का, किंवा त्याच्या जे काही एलिमेंट्स आहेत त्याच्या साइजेस वगैरे तेवढ्याच आहेत का, किंवा त्याच्यामध्ये रेनफोर्स्ड बार जे आपण इन्सर्ट करणार आहे ते जेवढे नंबर ऑफ रिक्वायर्ड आहेत तेवढेच आपण प्रोव्हाइड करतो का नाही, हे म्हणजेच काय सुपरविजनचं काम झालं. ओके, सो these are the things comes under civil engineering field. So civil engineering is correlated with mechanical engineering. Okay, so here also design the foundation for machineries, construction of road, railway tracks for vehicles or trains. Means here whatever kind of objects you are going to manufacture in a factory or in a workshop, that object we have to transport from one point to the another point. Means whenever you want to sell it, means we have to transport it. Whatever transportation facilities are there, these transportation facilities are under the civil engineering field. Means we need roads, railway tracks, then after that airways, waterways. Okay, so construction of the structures, whatever kind of structures are required for the transportation purpose, that type of work is carried out by the civil engineer, or we can say that type of work is carried out under civil engineering branch. So in that way civil engineering is correlated to the mechanical engineering. Other than that, in factories or workshops, people are going to work, and whatever their basic needs are there, to fulfill them, civil engineering field is necessary. Means in that, whatever amount of water is required for the manufacturing purpose or for the people, okay, supply of water, then after that supply of electricity, then after that supply of sanitary units, and whatever used water is there, means whatever wastewater is there, on that wastewater we have to go for the treatment, means we have to go for the construction of the wastewater treatment plants. Okay, so that type of work is also carried out by the civil engineering field. As well as for drinking purpose, water is required. So to supply that water, okay, or whatever sanitary blocks or units are there, construction of these sanitary blocks or units is also done by civil engineer. Okay, maybe in that WC is there, water closets, toilets, maybe bathrooms are there, or urinals are there. Okay, so in this way, civil engineering branch is correlated with the mechanical engineering branch. Then, if we say civil engineering branch is correlated with an electrical engineering branch, so in this point, whatever type of engineering branch you are going to consider, in each and every type of engineering branch is required some kind of structures, and for the construction of these structures, firstly we have to go for the survey, site selection, then after that preparation of the plan, analysis, designing, and then construction of the actual structure, means supervision work. These things comes under civil engineering field. Okay, so now we will see how civil engineering is correlated to the electrical engineering. Okay, here in electrical engineering, civil engineering is applicable in preparing the maps, locating sites, and design of the structures for construction of powerhouses. Whatever powerhouses we are going to construct, that work is also carried out under the civil engineering branch. Then after that, substation line towers, means whatever substations are there, जे काय आपलं इलेक्ट्रिसिटीचे सबस्टेशन्स असतात बघा, ओके, त्याचं डिझायनिंग असेल किंवा त्याचं कन्स्ट्रक्शन असेल किंवा त्याचं प्लॅन प्रिपरेशन असेल, that work is carried out under the civil engineering branch. Then after that, underground water houses, underground powerhouses, okay, construction of these underground powerhouses is also carried out under the civil engineering branch. Okay, so in that way, civil engineering is correlated with the electrical engineering. And in that also, whatever I lastly told about the mechanical engineering, means in electrical engineering also people are working, so whatever their basic needs are there, to fulfilling their basic needs, whatever kind of structures are there, those structures are also constructed by the civil engineer. Okay, then after that, automobile engineering branch is there. In that also, automobile engineering is correlated to the mechanical engineering. Okay, so in automobile engineering also, civil engineering is correlated in design and construction of the workshops, then after that garages, then we can say storage, then after that we can say foundation for heavy machineries, conveyor systems means whatever kind of material is raw material is required in mechanical engineering or automobile engineering, uh, to transport that raw material from one place to the another place, we can use the conveyor belts. Okay, those belts which are driven by using the electric motors and all those things. So just we have to put the material on the belts, so those belt will carry will transport from that material one place to the another place. Okay, then after that in automobile engineering as well as in mechanical engineering, whatever heavy materials are there, okay, to handling the heavy materials, gantry girders and all those things are required. Okay, so construction of the gantry girders, design and analysis of such gantry girders is done by the civil engineer. Okay, so in sometimes in mechanical engineering and in automobile engineering, some kind of fluid is required, oil or chemical is also required. So to store these things, storage tanks we need, and construction of these storage tank is also done by the civil engineer. So in that way, civil engineering branch is correlated to the automobile engineering. Okay, then already we have discussed the things, same things. I will not like to discuss. Okay, for each and every branch in that conduct survey for selection of site, preparing plan, preparing design and drawing. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
I was confused whether I was audible or not. That's why. Okay. So here also preparation of the plan, preparation of the design, drawing, preparation of estimation, supervision and monitoring of entire construction. Okay, so in that way, civil engineering branch is correlated to the automobile engineering. Then after that, marine engineering. If we considering marine engineering, in marine engineering, basically transportation facility is provided. Okay, means through the water. Okay, and for that we need docks and harbors. Okay, docks and harbors are nothing but these are the stations which are constructed in the body of water or on the bank of we can say offshore and all those things. Okay, डॉक्स अँड हार्बर म्हणजेच काय, जसं की आपलं रोडवे आपण कन्सिडर करतोय, रोडवेवरती काही स्टेशन्स आहेत, बस स्टेशन असेल किंवा रेल्वे आपण कन्सिडर केलं तर रेल्वे स्टेशन्स आहेत. तिथं काय करतोय आपण, रेल्वे स्टेशनचा किंवा बस स्टेशनचा वापर जे काय पॅसेंजर्स आहेत त्याची लोडिंग किंवा अनलोडिंग किंवा जे काही मटेरियल आहे किंवा गुड्स आहे, ओके, त्याची लोडिंग किंवा अनलोडिंग त्या स्टेशनवरती केली जाते. तसंच जे काही वॉटरवेज आहेत त्या वॉटरवेजचं जे वॉटरवेज थ्रू जे काय आपण गुड्सचं किंवा पॅसेंजरचं ट्रान्सपोर्टेशन करतोय थ्रू द शिप्स, ओके, त्याचं लोडिंग किंवा अनलोडिंग करण्यासाठी आपल्याला डॉक्स अँड हार्बर आपल्याला कन्स्ट्रक्ट करावं लागतात. ओके, मग ते डॉक्स अँड हार्बर कन्स्ट्रक्ट करणं किंवा त्याचं प्लॅनिंग, डिझायनिंग, एस्टिमेशन हे जे आहे ते सगळं सिव्हिल इंजिनिअरिंगच्या अंडर येते. ओके, कधी कधी जर काही समजा ऍडव्हर्स कंडिशन आली, म्हणजे आपलं क्लायमेटिक कंडिशन जर काही चेंज झाली सडनली आणि जर काही समजा खूप मोठमोठ्या लाटा वगैरे यायला लागल्या आपल्या समुद्रामध्ये, तर ज्या काही शिप्स वगैरे आहेत, जहाजा वगैरे आहेत, त्यांना विश्रांती ग्रह म्हणून आपण काय करतोय तर सहसा तरी हार्बर्स कन्स्ट्रक्ट करतोय. ओके, किंवा समुद्रात जिथं कुठं जागा वगैरे असेल ते जागा शोधून काय करतोय तर जनरली आपण तिथं कन्स्ट्रक्ट करण्याचं काम करतोय. ओके, सो in that also surveying, estimation, preparation of the drawing, preparation of the map, plans, estimation, that work is also carried out in marine engineering also. As well as in marine engineering also, whatever people are working, so whatever their basic needs are there, to fulfilling their basic needs, civil engineering is required. Okay, then after that, chemical engineering. If we consider the chemical engineering, in chemical engineering, civil engineering is applicable for preparing the plans, maps, locating sites, and design of structures for storage tank of chemicals. Okay, in chemical engineering we need big storage tanks, and construction of it is done by the civil engineer. Okay, as well as petrochemical plants are there, construction of petrochemical plants. Then after that, laboratories are required in chemical engineering. Okay, as well as supply of water. Then after that, supply of chemicals means transportation of chemical from one place to the another place. Transportation modes we are using in that: roadways, railways, airways, waterways. Construction of structures comes under the various modes of transportation carried out in a civil engineering field. So in that way, it is correlated with the civil engineering branch. Okay, then after that, if we say computer science engineering, computer science and engineering, information technology, and all those things, for that, here generally whatever in a computer science and engineering, work is done on the PCs, personal computers or laptops. Okay, so for doing work on the laptops and PCs, some safe structures are required. Maybe your house, maybe any company. Okay, for that structure is required. In that also, people are working. So whatever basic needs are there to fulfill their basic needs, civil engineering structures, or we can say whatever things are required to fulfill these things or to provide these things, civil engineering work is required. Okay, so apart from that, whatever laptops, PCs are transporting from one place to the another place, for that also different modes of transportation is required. Okay, then after that, whatever things are required means maybe antivirus and all those things. Nowadays, many things we are getting online and all those things, but transportation of these things also from one place to the another place, transportation facility is required, and to fulfill that transportation facility we need the help of civil engineering field. So in that way, civil engineering knowledge or civil engineering field is correlated to the computer science and engineering branch. Okay, then after that, in a similar way, for electronics and telecommunication engineering also, the civil engineering branch is correlated. Or you can consider any kind of any kind of engineering branch. Okay, for that civil engineering branch is correlated. कुठली जरी कन्सिडर केली तर त्याच्याशी सिव्हिल इंजिनिअरिंग ब्रांच जी आहे ती कोरिलेटेड असणारच आहे. ह्याच्यामध्ये सांगत असताना किंवा म्हणत असताना काय म्हणायचं की बाबा सिव्हिल इंजिनिअरिंग ब्रांच ही कुठल्याही ब्रांचची, समजा कुठल्या XYZ आपण कन्सिडर केली, त्याच्याशी कशी कोरिलेटेड आहे तर त्याच्यामध्ये काय की बाबा सिलेक्शन ऑफ साईट, फर्स्टली डुईंग सर्वे, प्रिपरेशन ऑफ द प्लॅन किंवा मॅप असेल, किंवा नंतर पुन्हा त्याचं अनालिसिस असेल, डिझायनिंग असेल, किंवा ऍक्च्युअल कन्स्ट्रक्शन असेल ते. आणि दुसरी गोष्ट म्हणजेच काय, ट्रान्सपोर्टेशन फॅसिलिटी असेल, किंवा थर्ड गोष्ट काय आपली तर ज्या काय जे काही माणसं तिथं काम करणार आहेत, ओके, म्हणजे त्यांच्या ज्या काही फिजिकल नीड्स आहेत, ओके, त्या फुलफिल करण्यासाठी आपल्याला सिव्हिल इंजिनिअरिंग ब्रँच जी आहे ती कोरिलेटेड आहे सगळ्या ऑल अदर ब्रँचेस ऑफ इंजिनिअरिंगला. ओके, I think all of you understood about the how civil engineering is correlated with other branches of engineering. Is there any doubt, problem? का तुम्हाला कुठं कशामध्ये काय ambiguity काही क्वेश्चन वगैरे आहे का त्याच्यामध्ये? असेल तर विचारू शकताय.
Sir, notes and MCQ.
Notes and MCQ. Today I will. Okay. Yesterday also I told you today, but definitely today I will provide you. PPTs, MCQs, and notes. All three things I will upload today. Okay. Any other issue?
No, sir.
Okay. I think time is over, na?
Yes, sir.
Please put your attendance. Please put your attendance in the chat box. In next session, we are going to discuss the role of civil engineer in different construction activities and development. Okay. Those who have marked their attendance, they can leave the session. Those who are remained, please put your attendance in the chat box. Okay, thank you one and all for your kind attention, cooperation, and patience. With this, I will conclude today's session. Thank you once again.